Gonna just start by addressing the elephant in the room. And by elephant, I mean me. I am pregnant. I don't know why I feel so awkward talking about this. But yeah, I am pregnant. I am 23 weeks this weekend. Ben and I are having a boy in late June, and I'm very excited. So I'm about 23 weeks right now. I am feeling good. I'm in my second trimester. I can do like a whole deep dive on pregnancy in another video if you guys want to see it. It is very different than I thought it was going to be. I might have just been naive, but I was like, pregnancy's gonna be great. I'm gonna work out like harder than I worked out before I got pregnant. Like it's not gonna be tough at all. And it's tough. Anybody that's been pregnant knows that like you really can't control for so many things. So I'm really just learning to like embrace this stage of life, be gentle on myself. And if that means like a few things in my routine have to change, that's totally fine. But that also explains why it was a while between like my last few YouTube videos, because I was so sick. I was down bad with morning sickness for like 15 weeks. So didn't have like the energy. I couldn't even really sit up to film. Like anytime I was sitting up, I felt so nauseous. I had to be laying down in order to not feel like crippling nausea. So that's why there was a delay. But in this video, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a recap and update to my jewelry collection, because I've been collecting new pieces fairly recently. I have a couple that I feel like you guys have seen and pointed out, and so I can dig into those. Others may have flown under the radar a little bit more, but I'm gonna do that. And then also a few updates. There's still some items in my Etsy shop from my personal collection release that I filmed like a few weeks back. If anybody wants to take advantage of those, I'll post the Etsy link below. And then I also finally fixed my Amazon storefront. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but my Amazon storefront was really broken for like months and months, and I couldn't figure it out. So I kind of like redid the whole thing, started from scratch, and it's way better now, and it actually works. So if you want anything, I have a couple solid gold pieces that I've purchased from Amazon listed there, and then I have clothes and home decor things, all that stuff. It'll be in the link below as well, and I'll just continue to update it. I think in the future, I'll do like a pregnancy faves video, and I'll make sure to link everything there for that too. Now that all of that's out of the way, let's get into the new pieces. As you can tell, don't have anything on my fingies. I've been kind of keeping it minimal with bracelets recently and only wearing this one. I've talked about this in the past. It's a vintage, it's kind of like Cartier inspired, I guess you could say, but it's mixed metal, white gold and yellow gold. So I love this because it kind of allows me to like wear more mixed metals when I put it on. Since I have a ton of necklaces on, 2 of them are new. I'll show you them right now. I'm gonna zoom in and I'm gonna show you them as part of this stack, and then I'll also show you them by themselves. So this first one is this paper clip chain. This I originally purchased in like a 20-inch length, I wanna say, or 22 inches. But I ended up cutting it down to about 14 inches, so it fits like kind of a loose choker, because I wanted it to be the shortest thing in my stack. And then I just saved the extra, and I can always melt it down or use it as a bracelet or something later. So this is just 10K. I got it on Etsy. I can link it down below. Nothing too crazy. I think it's hollow. It's pretty light, but it was very affordable. And it's just like a classic paperclip chain. It's pretty chunky too, which I like. I've had dainty paperclip chains in the past, and I feel like they're so delicate that I wanted something a little bit sturdier. And then this other new piece, whoa, it's hard for me to go just like off of touch. Here it is. Okay, so this other new piece is very new, and the reason I got it is because it's the baby's birth year. So I wanted something to like commemorate the pregnancy and start to wear now before he even gets here. And I picked this out because he's gonna be born in 2024. So I thought that would be really cute that I could just always have his birth year. It's one of those gothic nameplate necklaces. This is also from Etsy, and I think it's 14 karat gold. And then it has a curb chain, which I like. It gives it a little bit more chunk. So it's curb chain, nameplate necklace, and I think this is 17 inches because I wanted it to kind of fall in the middle. And then the other ones in my stack, I think I've talked about before. I have my like bead with my Missouri pendant. I have my, this is a vintage find from Novalita that I wear all the time. And then I have this like triple braided rope chain, or triple braided serpentine chain. That's a tongue twister. But I have this, and this was from a vintage shop. I haven't gotten any other necklaces. Necklaces I tend to like shop the least, but keep them on the most. Like I'll just wear this stack for like months at a time. So I don't really get a lot of new necklaces because I just kind of wear them. I honestly forget that I'm wearing them. I do have a couple fun bracelets though. This bracelet was a gift from my mom. It was in her collection, which I think is so cute, when she was younger. And it's a very thin bangle. So it has one of these kind of like hinges on it. You basically just hinge it open. There you go. So this is what it looks like on. I would say it's about like 7 inches in diameter. And it's pretty thin, but it has this kind of like filigree detail on the outside that I love. And it's just cute. It's really dainty. It's just like kind of an oval shaped bangle. So I've been wearing that here and there. And my mom has had this since she was like in her 20s. I also got this bracelet. This is kind of like a random pick for me. I was at a boutique, and I feel like rope bracelets are really fun in the summer. Same with like rope necklaces. Like I love that. They're just so colorful. They remind me of like summer and the beach and everything. So I got this in the dead of winter. Makes total sense. Anticipating summer. But it's a little rope bracelet, black rope, with this ceramic leopard charm on it that I think is adorable. It's so cute. I don't think it's a solid gold or anything. I think it's just gold plated. I don't wear it a ton. I think I'm gonna kind of save it for summer, but it's so cute. It just has this little leopard on the bottom that I think is just adorable. I love like ceramic charms. I think they're so fun. And then let me show you guys my new rings, because I have gotten so many new rings. As we all know, I'm a ring girl. I'll start with this one because I feel like this one's really eye-catching. So I love my engagement ring. There's a whole video about my engagement ring that I've posted. This is it. It's really dirty right now. Take that with a grain of salt. I never clean it. But it's really simple. It's just an oval cut, solitaire, very dainty, kind of like minimalist engagement ring. And I think it's beautiful. Sometimes I want a chunkier look. I'm getting so into chunky jewelry, but I'm not 100% sure I want to reset my engagement ring. Like that's a pretty big decision. And I don't know if I want to do that. So I got this from Etsy. It's 10 karat gold and it's moissanite. So it was like significantly cheaper than a normal engagement ring. And it's hollow. So it's very light, but it's a dome ring with a 2 karat round moissanite in it. And I think it's so cool. It's like, I love wearing this when I want like a chunkier type engagement ring. And at this point, my husband's just realized that like I wear rings so much and I have so many different rings that like I very rarely wear my like original wedding stack. I'm always kind of switching it up. And this one I'm just obsessed with. I think it's so cool. It's such a statement. I usually wear it with my wedding band. And then sometimes I wear it with this moissanite half eternity band that I got from Molly Jewelry US. I talked about that in the last video. And then I'll stack this guy on top of it like that. So it kind of just depends what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes I just wear it by itself, keep it really simple, but I'm obsessed with it. It's also much hardier, like it's way less delicate. So I feel like it's nice if I don't know, like I can really like knock this around because it's a bezel set, like dome setting. So it's really like stable in there. And I just feel like it's nice if I want something that's like a little bit more rugged, I'll wear this. All right, so that's one of my first rings. That's fairly new to me. I love her. I wear her all the time. This next ring I got at a vintage store, actually like in my town. It's a jeweler's that's in my town. I'm not comfortable sharing my town on here, but just like a local jeweler's. And they actually had a pretty big antique section and like estate vintage section. So I poked in there one day and was very surprised to find like the variety that they had, which was awesome. So I got this 10 karat garnet signet ring. I think this is so cool. Like I do not usually get stuff like this. I'm not a huge gemstone girl. I want to be a gemstone girl, but I'm not a huge gemstone girl yet. But this, I just was drawn to it. If anybody watched Vampire Diaries, I feel like this would be something that Elena would have. Now I want to rewatch Vampire Diaries. I wear it on my middle finger usually. Sometimes I'll wear it on this hand on my ring finger, which I literally never wear rings on this finger, so it feels really weird when I do. What else we got? Oh, this one. So this one was a vintage find on Instagram. I'll put the seller below. I don't remember exactly who it was. I feel like you guys know this. I follow like 100 estate and vintage jewelry sellers on Instagram, so it's hard for me to remember off the top of my head who I bought this from, but I'll put her IG below. And it's just such a simple and pretty band. It's got little diamonds in it. They're all baguette. The top row is baguette and the bottom row is round cut diamonds. And it's just really simple. And I like to wear it like this by itself, or I stack it with my croissant band from Missouri if I want like a chunkier look on that finger. Sometimes if I'm going chunky, I'll do this ring with these two and keep it really simple on this hand. And I think that's so pretty. Just fun, like very chunky look. So I'm obsessed with this one. I just think it's so dainty and pretty. It would be a really good thumb ring. I wear it as a thumb ring sometimes, just kind of depends. But I'm obsessed with that. Okay, what's next? Oh yes, this Norm ring. So I got this ring from Norm Jewels. They have very affordable, like solid gold pieces, which I really love. And it's a pinky ring, and it's this vine with little cubic zirconia as like the leaves to give it a little bit of sparkle. So I think that's so fun. It's very different. I don't know. I think it's really pretty and fun. Nothing too crazy. It's a good stacker. Sometimes I'll stack it with my signet that I always wear on my pinky with my little N in the middle for noodle. If I want something like a little bit more kind of fun and funky, I'll just double them up like that. But I love it. I think it's a little dainty like pinky ring. Okay, last one. I think this is the one that everybody spotted immediately and was like, oh my God, is that what I think it is? It's not what you think it is. It's a dupe. So this is my Spinelli Kilcullen dupe. I was really thinking about getting a Spinelli. Like I have been thinking about it obviously for like years. I feel like I talk about them all the time on this channel. I'm obsessed with Spinellis. I think they're beautiful. But I go back and forth because I want a mixed metal Spinelli. I want one with maybe majority gold and then like little silver accents. So those are more expensive, obviously. The one thing I will say about Spinellis is that like the markup on them is pretty wild. Like the ones that are only silver even can be in like the thousands of dollars range, and like the cost of silver is really not that high. And I understand they're all handmade and like sometimes it's worth it to like support, it is worth it to support a small business and stuff like that. But for me personally, that price tag is just really hard to swallow when I know that I could get something really similar with the exact same materials, like solid gold and sterling silver, on Etsy or something. And I know that's terrible, but then I kept asking myself, like, is it worth it? Do I want the brand enough to get a true Spinelli? Or am I okay with getting something that looks identical to a Spinelli, is made of the same materials, but is $300 instead of $3,000, and it's just not the Spinelli name? And I decided, yes, I'm okay with that. This is the one that I got. It's 4 silvers, 1 thick gold. The gold is the thickest, and then it has gold connectors. And this one is 14 karat solid gold and sterling silver. So there's a bunch of different sellers out there. If you go on Etsy and you search for like connector rings or Spinelli rings or whatever, you're gonna see a bunch of different materials. Pick whatever you want. They have ones that are gold filled. They have ones that are solid gold. They have ones that are sterling silver, white gold, whatever. I did sterling silver and yellow gold. So I can link the exact one that I picked below. And then oftentimes they'll work with you and customize them. So the one I got, I think was originally like 3 bands and I wanted a 4th band. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I think it's so fun. I wear it on this hand. I kind of wear it by itself. Sometimes I'll pop like a pointer ring on with it and keep it simple, but I feel like it's such a statement. It's hard to like stack with a lot of things because I just think it needs to be by itself. I don't know. It's hard. I'm like, it's just such a statement piece, and it is such a fun fidget. I take it off and like fidget with it throughout the day all the time while I'm in meetings, or like move the connectors around and stuff. So It also doubles as a fidget toy. Oh, earrings. That is not the end. So somebody picked this up in my last video or the video before, and I thought that was so cute. I got my ears pierced again. I feel like, I don't know. Like, am I old to be getting my ears pierced? I'm almost 30. I don't know. Maybe not. But I just got these little fourths, and I got them pierced with just like the typical like cubic zirconia stud or whatever, but I just was allowed to change them. And so I have my ideal diamond studs in the second hole, and then I popped this like eternity diamond stud up into my fourth hole. And then I also swapped out my tragus. And this is a piece from Rowan, which is a piercing studio. And it's solid gold and cubic zirconia. And I love it. It has a flat back, so it's super comfortable with headphones and stuff. I haven't had a stud in my tragus in years. I've always had a hoop in my tragus. I've had my tragus pierced since I was like 15. So if you do the math on that, I've had it for 14 years, which is crazy. And it's like my favorite earring that I have, but I just wanted to switch it up and do like a slightly different look in there. But yeah, so I got this pierced on this side, and then on this side, I got it on my third hole because I only had 2 holes on this side. And this earring, I can't remember if I've shared this before, but this earring is from Adornmond. It's the 14 karat like illusion hoop. So it's just one piercing, but it looks like a double piercing, and it's a nail. I think it's really cute. So that's in this hole, and then that same like eternity diamond huggy in this hole that I just got from Etsy. And that's what I'm rocking on my ears lately. I never change my earrings. I sleep in them for months at a time, and then eventually I get kind of bored of them and I take them all out, clean them, and might switch them a little bit, but it's kind of like what I got is what I got. So, all right, I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, Etsy link for personal collection release is in the description. Amazon storefront's in the description. I'll link all of these pieces in the description as well. And let me know if you want to see any pregnancy content. I'm happy to talk about like my pregnancy journey, my fertility journey. I know a lot of these are very sensitive subjects, so happy to share as much as helpful for you guys, but I also want to be wary that it is really sensitive to talk about. So let me know what you want to see. I can talk about products I've been loving. As we get into like the nursery decor, I can do like nursery things. So yeah, let me know. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.